And then there is the topic of why are you using AI art when you yourselves are artists? But to me, it doesn't really surprise me because their whole shtick is using someone else's art. Hello, welcome or welcome back to PremoDonnas. I am Emperiam.
And I'm Mishka.
I have some music news for you on the alternative side, Mishka, as well as I did force you to watch a music video from Michael Clifford featuring Waterparks that I need to talk about. I need to yap to someone.
I'm ready. I
So,
listened and I watched, and yeah,
okay,
I'm ready
amazing. I'm
to
going to
dive
start
in.
off with some pretty sad news, actually. Sound
Oh,
talent group music agent Dave Shapiro and former Devil Wears Prada drummer Daniel Williams died in a tragic private jet crash last week in San Diego. Bands associated with the agency include Sleeping with Sirens, Hanson, and Sum 41. Many in the music industry shared fond memories, including Hanson, who wrote on X, "Dave was fearless in life and tireless in his work, and the kind of friend you would want on your speed dial." Super fucking sad. My heart goes out to all the people that are dealing with this tragedy.
yeah, that is super sad.
But on a lighter note, I didn't want to just give us the downer news. There's some AI debacle
Oh,
happening.
okay.
Have I shown you Ice Nine Kills yet?
You have, but I'm not pulling any of their songs to my brain at the moment.
Okay. Well, they're facing some heat right now after using an AI-generated image to promote a Memorial Day merch sale, and the band responded with this statement. "We are vigorously investigating the disturbing claims that a recent promotional image was sloppily birthed by AI. We solely pledge to get to the bottom of this horrific, headline-making crime against Redditors. For now, enjoy our new promo photo, taken just moments ago." And it's literally just another AI pic of the band in suits with cartoonishly huge biceps, like Popeye, if he were a real person biceps. And
Okay.
the internet is obviously kind of conflicted about this, or people that don't give any shits whatsoever. And then there is the topic of why are you using AI art when you yourselves are artists? But to me, it doesn't really surprise me because their whole shtick is using someone else's art. Like most of their discography is based on horror movies that other people made.
Oh, okay. Like thematically?
Yeah, that's their whole thing.
Okay, okay.
Every very popular song that they have is from American Psycho or Silence of the Lambs, It. They did a Crow. There's all these horror movie tropes kind of in their songs that they reference.
Interesting. So they're like kind of walking the line of their whole gig is kind of doing satire in a way, it seems.
It's not satirical though. They're taking it seriously. Their music production is at a very high level,
Right.
but they're using other people's art to make their own art.
To,
It's kind of
inspire the lyrics? Like, they're using the themes
yeah,
from the films to, then put
and
into song?
their live shows.
Oh,
He
okay.
stabs someone in the shower in their show, and
So it's
he's
referential.
it's very referential, yeah, but that's their whole thing. So
Interesting.
it's I can see why they're fine with it and they don't care, but I think doubling down is the part that I'm "Mm, it's a little juvenile,
It's a
it's a
little
little
juvenile,
edgelord."
but, is that what you expect from them?
No, not really. I
Oh,
don't know
okay.
what I was expecting, but, not that. You always have the option to pay an artist, and it's just sad to see them not do that.
Yeah. I mean, perhaps this is me being too nice. I know that you and I, we actually sit on opposite sides of the, whole AI opinion thing.
I know, that's
Um,
why I brought it up.
because I admittedly do love me some AI. We use AI to edit our videos. We use AI to
We don't use AI to edit our videos.
the uh, how it gives you the transcript. That's AI.
Yeah, but that's just getting a transcript. You can get a transcript not AI based.
Well, kind of, but not really. Like, it uses
You can get
AI
a
to determine what you've said, and then turn it into a
Yeah.
transcript, right?
Yeah, but that's just getting a transcript.
Yes, yes. Okay, so let me
That's not
rephrase.
like
We
yeah.
don't the AI does not edit our videos for us, but
Yeah, okay, that's what you made it sound like. I was like,
no,
"I edit, you edit."
we spend a lot of time editing. Uh, but, like, there are AI tools within the tools that we access that we sometimes utilize, chapter markers, for example, and it just makes our life easier. Would we, a small production, have paid someone to do that? Fuck no. So, really,
But
we're not losing at anybody. Nobody's making money off of it in this sense,
I
but I
feel like
understand where this maybe is, like, a little bit different, especially because it's
I also
image
feel like
generation.
you're comparing apples to oranges,
True.
in my opinion.
True.
Like,
No.
this is like you're using AI to create an image based off of other people's art that it has learned and
Yeah. Yeah.
consumed,
Image
whereas the AI
generation.
is using our content that we've made.
Yeah. The AI, like, image generation is definitely, like, not for loco. It's not cute. So I can understand why their audience might be frustrated, especially if, like, the music that they produce is, like, maybe not necessarily from the heart is the way to describe it, but they're actually putting their artistry into making the music. Using an AI generated image, it almost kind of, like, reduces the actual music that they've made. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I just feel like it wasn't necessary to use it really, like, you're just promoting a sale. You could have just
Yeah.
used a picture of the merch. Hopefully, that wasn't made by AI as well,
Yeah,
you know? It's
yeah.
that gray area of, okay, well, if you're fine using it for this stuff, how long until you decide to kind of just use it for anything and everything? And then you're kind of detaching yourself from the art. That's getting a little, like, too
That's getting a little art school
deep
about
into
it,
it.
but
It's getting a little art school about it. Sorry, my OCAD, coming out, but
work that BFA,
but, like,
girl.
where is the line? You know, where are the boundaries? Where are the limits to this?
True, true. No, I definitely understand why there's, like, a public rejection of established artists using AI within their work, simply because it, like, loses that, like, human quality, and
Mhm.
I think I hope this isn't a hot take, but I think the people that are up in arms over AI and its ability and the things that it's been able to do are looking at the problem the wrong way. And it's one of those things where I feel like people, what they need to be upset about is the fact that it reduces the human quality in a piece of artwork. It's not that it's stolen or you didn't pay someone. Who fucking cares? Not everybody gets to be Michelangelo, right? Like, I'm sorry,
The ninja the Ninja Turtle?
the Ninja Turtle. No, obviously, or like not everybody gets to be Picasso, right? And I'm not saying that, like, oh, simply because, not everybody gets to be successful in art means we should just, like, throw all care to the wayside. What I'm saying is that, like, the artist that would have been paid for that work is probably charging,
Mhm.
like, an obscene amount of money, like more than most average people would assume that it would cost. And there's a really small group of people that are making that money and actually, like, earning stuff. Do you feel me on what I'm saying, or am I just talking on my ass?
Well, what if I were to tell you that I think I didn't fact check this, so I didn't know. I did see it in the comment section, so if I'm wrong, I could be wrong.
Okay.
But apparently their drummer is the one who does, like, most of the artwork for the band,
Okay.
like, merch and stuff. So it's like, why wouldn't you just, like, get someone else to do it? And I would assume, like, because of how big this band is, people would do it for free. Not that they should, but people would do it because of their love of the band.
Right.
100%, you
Oh,
know?
yeah. Like,
And, like, it doesn't need to be this $600 commission piece, like, it's literally just for an Instagram story to use to promote this merch sale, which is fine. But I think it's just being laissez-faire about, "Oh, just, type it into AI and, like, just get a generated image." You could have just you didn't even need to get an artist for anything, you didn't even need to make it cool, you could have just had text on the screen. Like, I don't know, I feel like it was just so unnecessary
for
for what it is. I do think that some people are overreacting. Like, this isn't necessarily, to me, a cancelable offense.
It's not like it's their album artwork that was AI or something, right?
No, exactly, but it does raise the question of, like, okay, well, if they're doing it for this, how far are they willing to take it?
Yeah, that's valid, and, like, who's to say that in the future there won't be more, right?
Mhm,
So, like I said, I can understand why, like, their audience maybe is a little bit, like, put off by that. For me, the reason would be, though, is because it's lacking that, like, human quality. Like, you've spent so much time and energy probably curating and creating this beautiful album or EP or even just a single, and then you kind of, like, taint it with this AI slop garbage artwork.
mhm.
This was obviously it's for a sale. I agree with you, like, just put some text up, like, put up a text
Or a
post.
picture of the merch,
People will
like, it
still
doesn't
like, it's
yeah.
fine. Yeah, for something that, like, you're selling physically, you really easily could've just showcased the stuff rather than trying to throw in some sort of artsy-fartsy nonsense.
Also, Canva. Girl, I love Canva. The templates on Canva, unmatched.
Not
As a graphic
sponsored, but
designer,
still.
as someone no, not sponsored, but as a graphic designer who went to school for graphic design, fucking sometimes I don't wanna do all this graphic design bullshit. Sometimes I wanna look at a pretty template and go like, "Yeah, I can edit from here. Perfect. Thank you, Canva." Like, there's so many other options than just going, "Oh, I'll just make it on AI."
Yeah, no, there are definitely other options that would be just as effective, if not more effective, that also wouldn't give you any form of controversy. But is this perhaps a situation where, like, especially because they double down on it, is this a situation where, like, any publicity is good publicity?
I honestly don't really know. I think that's what triggered a lot of people more so was the fact that they responded to these by being kind of a jackass about it. If they had just been like, "Yeah, we used AI for this," I think that would have been a little bit more genuine than just being like, "Haha, fuck you losers. Yeah, we did it. We'll do it again."
Also, like, if the drummer is an artist and already does that kind of work, generate the fucking image and then just, like, image trace it or something. Like, like, it doesn't have they could have made it their own instead of just being, like, straight up the AI, you know what I mean?
Mhm. You are
So,
so,
well, that's interesting.
you're so on the other side of AI than I am.
It's funny, we both have, like, a formal art background, and we
Yeah.
hold such different positions. To be honest with you, though, something that I hadn't really given much thought of to beforehand, but now, like, it's come to light, I guess. Obviously, like, using AI costs a lot of money in terms of, like, it uses a lot of energy.
Mhm.
Apparently, where AI is at, like, right now, like, every prompt or question you ask it is, like, using an entire bottle of water. Like, one question is one bottle of water. The artists of the world would have created art without the cost of that energy or the water to cool the machines or what have you.
Mhm.
So that's something that's, like, more recently kind of, like, doesn't sit right with me. Um, but I don't know if there's an ethical solution to that, like, the computer needs to be cooled down and they use water to
Well,
do it.
the ethical solution is very simple.
No, 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 I mean, like, I
Just
don't
don't
see.
use it.
No, I know that. I mean more like AI has obviously made it like, it's clear, I don't to me anyways, that, like, AI is here to stay. It's being integrated into all
Mhm.
of our software, everything like that. So, like, I don't see an ethical future where, like, those energy costs come down or, like, offset by something. Do you know what I mean?
Well, and, like, there's just so many other things that are happening with environmental changes that it almost seems like we're trying to speed run to the end of the world a little bit.
It does feel like that, and, like, let's be honest,
And
global global ocean temperatures have risen by several degrees over the past decade, and, like, that's why coral reefs are bleaching and dying, and, like, all this wildlife is being endangered because of literally humans using water and heating it and then just pumping it back into the ocean.
well, not only
So
that, I mean, it's tainting our own ability to think and critical think.
oh,
Like,
yeah. I would not,
the
like I wish, like
think of the people who are like, "Oh, I'll just ask Chat GPT." Just think about it. Sit down and have a little think. Get your notebook, get a little pen, write some ideas down, cross them out if you don't like them, and just keep that ball rolling. Because if you lose that ability to critical think, it makes you so much more susceptible to propaganda and other shit. Sorry, this is getting a little like, whoo.
It's getting a little heated. It's okay. It's
It's
okay
getting a little
though.
heated. It's getting a little heated.
I feel you
But
though.
no, it's just it's scary to it's scary to think about,
I wouldn't
in my
want to
opinion.
be a student right now with all of like how accessible, like you could literally, like you said, like all just ask ChatGPT. Like ChatGPT can write your whole essay for you. It can answer all of the questions on your homework for you. Like I I can see how that would be really tempting to take advantage of if it was just there and available. Whereas like when
Mhm.
we were in school, you either did the work or you didn't do it. And then
We had to handwrite it with pencils.
those HBs.
In high school? In fucking high school, bro, writing an essay? Oh my god, you'd write it in pencil. We didn't
Yeah.
have laptops
No, you had to
yet.
handwrite
I
it.
didn't have a laptop in school until university.
We used computers in like grade 11 and grade 12 for like various things, but like nobody really had their own device
No,
other than the like
unless you had like
phone,
a the yeah,
which, at that
but
time was just like an LG Rumor. Oh my
the
god,
chat,
right?
the flip
Okay,
phone.
moving past this because we don't want to stay heated because we have our opinions, but we also find a common ground. But I have
We
kind
do,
of like a
yes.
weird story. So I was
Uh,
doing some research trying to find some like interesting music news, just some little tidbits. And I came across a story from 2 days ago. This was on Billboard. So apparently Britney Spears had gone on vacation and she was on her way back. And so she was on a chartered flight, which I'm pretty sure my understanding of a charter flight is basically that it's like a flight that is going to be going this where you need to go kind of a thing, but it's not
mhm.
necessarily private. It's like a commercial airline and she just kind of like rented out the plane kind of a thing, if that makes sense.
Okay,
But
okay.
like there would be like her team, her security team, anybody who like went on the vacation with them, kind of things like that. And it seems like this was a personal trip. Apparently, she lit a cigarette in the airplane and like was smoking. And the stewardess was like, ma'am, you have to put that out. So she didn't know this, but apparently, like, it's against most aviation rules, like in the world, to smoke
Yeah,
in
that's like a
an
big
aircraft.
thing
Yeah.
in
And when she
airplanes.
landed, like, the court martial people from the airport that she landed in came to the plane and were like, hey, so you did this thing and you can't do this thing. And she like posted about it the day after being like, "Hey, I'm really sorry if I offended anyone. I just mentioned to my friend that I really wanted a cigarette and he lit me one up." And then I was like, "Oh, this must be a plane where you can smoke." Because apparently she'd been on flights where you can smoke. I can't say that I've ever
What?
heard of a flight where you're allowed to smoke.
That's some private rich person shit. There's you can't do that on poor people planes.
Yeah, no. Economy,
It's just
honey.
not a thing.
But yeah, no,
Economy class says no.
she just lit her up and then she she mentioned she didn't like how the stewardess spoke to her and shamed her and she thought it was a bit much for the like security people to
Can you
come
imagine
once they'd
being
landed
that
kind of a
stewardess and
thing.
being like, "Do I have to tell Britney Spears that she can't smoke on an airplane?"
Right? Right? Like what?
Like,
What was
what
that? I
are
want to
we
know that logical process. Like how did that go down? Who made the decision of like, no,
Yeah,
you have to go tell her. No, no, you go tell her.
yeah, like, "Hey, girl, slay, oops, you did it again. However, you can't do that here, because you
Yeah.
know why? It's toxic, okay? You can't."
That's a great reference too, because she's in a plane for one of those scenes in the music video.
In toxic, I know, that's why I brought it up.
Well,
I know my
anyways,
culture.
that was the little story that I thought was just kind of like, "Oh, that's a bit strange, but okay." So, she didn't get in trouble for it or anything. They, like, let her off with a warning, but admittedly, and I don't want anybody to get it twisted because I love Britney Spears. I just want her to be happy. I don't care if she makes music ever
Mhm.
again. I just want her to be happy. However, the woman seems unwell. She seems a little
Well,
unwell. I was
yeah.
reading, like, the message that she'd, like, posted, and it's written like someone who's out to lunch a lot of the time. Like, it was written like a 20-year-old girl who was just like, "Haha, just a mistake, whoops," kind of a situation, and, like, maybe that's just me being a judgy bitch, I don't know, but, like, the writing style is giving unwell.
the pessimist in me is always like, "Is this like an undercover cry for help?" You know?
Blink twice if you need help.
Blink twice, like, are there, like, secret codes in this text message? Like, is smoking a symbol for something else? Like, you just desperately trying to get attention because because everyone knows you can't smoke on an airplane. So it's
I thought
like,
it was common knowledge you couldn't smoke in an airplane. Like,
it is common knowledge. I think that's the thing, like, and so I'm wondering now, my conspiracy theory brain's like, "Bro, okay, what does the smoke symbolize? What could it mean? What is she trying to say to us that she can't say out loud?"
she's
I don't
trying to
know.
break the bounds. She's trying to break free.
Well, I
But
hope that she
anyways,
does. I
hope
hope
you're
that she
well,
does.
Brittany. Hope you're well.
In terms of releases, I, of course, have still been having Even in Arcadia on repeat. I don't know what they fucking injected into that album, but it's so good. But Michael Clifford of 5 Seconds of Summer and Waterparks, have released a song together. And honestly, at first, it didn't vibe with me. And then I listened to it a couple more times and I was like, "Oh no, this they've got something here." So I made you watch the music video because I love music videos. I feel like they add so much to the art, and making a visual component is just it makes my brain really happy. So I made you watch the video,
Yeah.
and yeah, what did you think about it?
I had several many thoughts, first of all.
Okay, tell me.
So, I just need to, like, get sure my narrative is correct here. So, for anyone who's just listening, in the music video, there are 2 main characters and then a kind of a third side character. The guy with the green teal hair is from
Austin.
Waterparks, right?
Yes,
And is
yes.
that Austin?
It is Austin Knight, yes.
Austin. Oh,
Austin, yes.
Austin. That's how it's spelled? You
Yep.
pronounce it like it's spelled, Austin, like you're from
Well,
Boston.
he's from Texas, so can you
Well,
do it in a
someone on
Texan
his
accent?
team slash his family did him dirty because that's not how you spell Austin. Austin, Texas. That's how you spell Austin. So the fact that he is from Texas and has his name spelled wrong concerns me. But regardless, that's his name. So he's the blue haired one.
Mhm, yes.
And then Michael, I immediately recognized from 5 Seconds of Summer because he's the guy that only combs his hair forward.
Correct, yes. I'm really glad that he still does that. The hair, oh, it was so nice. I'm like, "Thank you for keeping this weird hair shit alive," because that's what we need
It's
in
definitely a
2025.
look. It's a look. Um,
It's memorable, it's iconic, it's sort of it's not original, but it's signature. It's a signature hair.
it is a signature hair, and I respect that. I just feel like, you know how artists, when they like, they're working on a new project or they're like going to debut something, how most pop acts will do like a shift in their aesthetic, right?
Mhm,
Like they'll, Katy Perry cutting off all her hair as an example, with the bleach dye job and stuff like that. I
mhm.
feel like maybe the front combing of hair, especially on the top, I feel like maybe that could have been an era that we like moved past at some point. But like love that for him.
No, you know what? I fucking love it. I love it so much, and Austin will coordinate his hair color to the album releases, which I also find really endearing. I think he has a form of synthesia I always fuck this up. Synthesia?
Mhm.
So you, like, hear colors and shit?
Yeah.
So he always kinda, like, puts that into his art and into his writing and into his visual component, which I appreciate. But on creating the video, Michael kinda said a statement about it. "I wanted to make sure that we glorified fan fiction and how beautiful it is that people write these incredible, far-fetched stories about their favorite artists and publish them for the world to see. It's a celebration of the dedication of some of the people who love us and how unorthodox their support can be sometimes." And I think that that's, like, spot on to what this music video is. Like,
Yes.
they nailed that.
Yes. And like it took me a minute, like it took me a watch or two to realize that was what was happening. Um, because the first time I watched it, I was watching the visuals and mostly listening, obviously. And
Mhm,
then I began to notice that like the subtitles at the very beginning of the video continued throughout the video, even though there was no spoken like word or anything like that.
yeah.
And that's when I started to connect the dots that like, oh, she's writing a fan fiction about them. and like her narration is
Mhm.
at the bottom. So I thought that was kind of cool. That was a little bit meta. It seemed as though throughout the music video they were going through various versions of her fanfic, that she was like ripping the pages out and like not happy with, kind of a thing. So like they
Mhm.
seem to be at odds with each other a lot. And then there's also a little bit of a weird, kind of messed up twist of like, "Oh, I'll just stab him with my pencil," or like, "I'll,
Mhm.
suffocate him in the, hospital bed." I was a little bit like, is I guess maybe that's what you're talking about, like, the unorthodox support, is that it's just, like, sometimes a little
Mhm.
much. And then them at the very end was, like, a cute little nod. It was a cute little nod. Um,
I fucking died.
it
I fucking died.
I
This video
feel
is for the fanfic girlies and anyone who ever had emo boys kissing in their Google search history as a teen, okay? Like, it's very that.
it is
Did
very
you ever
that.
read fanfic?
No. I've never read a
Did you ever
fan
write
fiction.
fanfic?
No.
What? Really?
No, never. Never
Why
ever.
not?
I don't know, I
Oh.
just, like I enjoyed I enjoyed the IPs and the media that I enjoyed, and I didn't feel the need to add my own flair to it.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't relate to you on that. I never wrote it. I don't think I ever wrote it, no, but I do remember, like, consuming it. But funnily enough, it was never really about music people. It was more so about, like, the fictional character pairings that I wish would happen that didn't happen, like, very much Cloud and Tifa. Like, I would read
Right.
Cloti fanfic, like, all the time. This is
Closed.
bringing me back. But there was so much fanfic around, like, music people, especially with Pete Key, which you now know about.
Yeah, which
Yeah,
I was
but
clueless
the
to.
like,
That's what
emo
I'm
boys
talking about, like, I
kissing
was
and
clue
famous emo boys kissing was, like, a huge thing. Like, there was Pete Key, there was Gabe Saporta kissing Pete, there was Gerard Way kissing Bert and Frank. I don't think it was queer baiting. Like, we kind of touched on this, I feel like, a couple episodes ago, but I feel like it was more so in this environment and in this world where toxic masculinity was so rampant, like, this was a safe space where they knew that they could do that and express themselves freely, and it wouldn't be a bad thing, or they were just saying, like, "Fuck you to the patriarchy," and that's what
Yeah,
it felt like anyway.
I think you're definitely looking at it through rose-tinted
Mhm.
glasses, 100%. I do agree with you that I don't necessarily feel like it was queer baiting, but I do feel like it was done with the knowledge that it would get attention.
Well, yeah, that's the whole point.
So,
Yeah.
the one thing that we talked about previously, this was several
Mhm.
episodes ago that we talked about this. I kinda came to the understanding after, like, learning the backstory of Pete Key and everything else like that.
It's, like, totally made up.
Of course, and that's fine,
Yeah.
but I can understand maybe the mindset and the angle of thought process that it's coming from, in the sense that a lot of these bands that we grew up with, especially the, like, boy-focused bands, the ones where it was, like, all guys kind of a thing, these groups were essentially experiencing
Totally.
homophobia in, you know, late 2000s, late aughts media. Well, maybe not late aughts, early aughts. But at the same time, it's one of those things where it's like they were directly experiencing what a lot of either their fan base or people from within and around them were experiencing on the regular. And so by acting out, kissing your drummer or something like that, in a music video or just in public or what have you, holding hands, things like that, playing up the like homoeroticism of a relationship, even if it's not that, kind of would get response. And I would almost attribute it to like how negative content gets so much more interaction and views than positive content. It's like they knew people would be watching and would like react to it. And so they utilized it as
Mhm.
a marketing tactic. And that's really brilliant on their part. But I think that there was also, like you said, kind of like a fuck you, in the sense that like these artists were experiencing those things that they probably didn't agree with. They were probably like, "Who fucking cares?" Right? So in a way, maybe it was a little bit of defiance or a way of being like, "No, fuck you guys."
So, I have an opinion on that. I think
Okay.
The angle that you kind of mentioned where you said I don't think you used the word manufactured, but you like, the attention when like, for instance, the pop girls who would kiss for attention, for marketing,
Yeah, like
like
Sabrina
the Britney and
Carpenter.
Madonna or oh, yeah, that one too. But, like, those marketing ones, those feel marketed, you know,
Yes.
those feel kind of, like, very much for that, whereas the alternative side, it didn't really feel like that because it they didn't really have anything to gain from it other than getting, I don't know, closer to their community and, like, showing that this is a safe space and, like, fighting against that homophobia, in my opinion. So it just felt like there was a little bit more substance to it.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. It didn't feel nearly as forced or produced, as they would say. I feel like it would have been more impactful for, like, the gay agenda if those people just came out and spoke openly about those experiences that they've had and that, like, that's how they identify. I feel like that would have been more impactful than being like, "Oh, hey, like, in our music video, like, let's kiss." Like, that'll, like, totally get them worked up.
I
Do you
can't,
know what
like,
I
speak
mean? Do you know
on
where I'm coming from?
people's sexual orientations, but for a lot of them, like, it was mostly straight dudes kissing each other. It
Yeah.
wasn't gay dudes kissing another gay dude, but then, like, I can't confirm nor deny because I'm not that person.
For a lot of bands of that time, a large portion of their fan base were female youths,
Mhm,
right? So, if you can make yourself less threatening by making it seem like you have romantic interests in someone from the same gender, that automatically gives your viewer and your audience the idea that, like, "Oh, this person's not gonna come on to me. They're not gonna hit on me," kind of a thing,
mhm.
and that would immediately make a lot of people feel a lot more comfortable, while at the same time also alienating that, like, straight white male audience. But I would
I think that
argue
was the goal.
I feel like that's
Yeah.
the goal a little bit because,
Yeah.
the alternative scene in its various forms have always had a large main fan base of straight white males. And so to almost, like, push that homoeroticism in their face and be like, "If you're not okay with this, then you're not okay with us," kind of a thing,
Mhm.
um, was maybe a way of, like, shaping out their audience niche a little bit, which I think is very clever.
Yeah.
And
But
then at
yeah,
the
so
same
this
time, it's
that
also kinda
that's
badass of just like, fuck it all.
it's so badass, and all the girlies were like, "Ah!" Like, it you know, it drove people to like these fan fictions, and
Right.
then now for these fan fictions to inspire current artists to make art based off of that, it's a cool little, like, full circle moment, it seems like.
Yeah, and it also, like, cause like, my only forgive me, I did not know Waterparks slash still don't know them, so we'll have to do an episode where I go through their discography. But I was
That's another one where I'll be like, "I know all the songs."
right. But, like, I'm familiar with 5 Seconds of Summer because they had, like, pop adjacent hits here and there, and Michael's style was something that was kind of unique to him in a way. So I
Mhm.
remembered, like, I saw him in the video that I just watched, and I was like, "Oh, I know that guy," kind of a thing. I didn't really 100% know what to expect. Has 5 Seconds of Summer released actual music anytime recently?
I don't think they're, like, a band anymore.
Right, because
I'm pretty sure they've yeah.
I noticed at the end of the music video that Michael's doing his own solo thing now.
Yeah, this is one of the songs off of his solo project, Side Quest. So he has
Yes.
this song that came out and a song called Cool.
Okay, yeah, that was suggested at the end of the video, but I didn't click.
Mhm.
Sorry. Sorry, Michael.
Wow.
But, I thought it was, like, a fun video. I I feel like there would have been a better way to visually articulate that the girl in her bedroom was the narrator, other than just having the script at the bottom, because honestly, if you didn't read the script at the bottom, you might not have connected the dots.
I just think maybe you just weren't a teenage girl. So that's why you didn't pick up on it right
That's
away.
also I mean, I was a
As
teenage
soon as
gay.
yeah, true. But she's kind of they've also kind of, like, made a copy of the burn book from Mean Girls
Yes, I noticed that
is
immediately.
what yeah, so, like, they're she's kind of, like, writing in this book these fantasies. So, like, once you kind of pick those pieces up, you're like, "Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah."
Yeah, especially near the end of the video, she pops in a few more times, like, frantically writing, and that helps to, like,
Mhm.
visually connect it, like, "Oh, she's the one narrating this or, like, creating this." Um, but yeah, no, the first time I watched it, I, like, totally missed the subtitles at the bottom.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it's because I was listening to the music as well as watching the video, so I didn't have the brain capacity to also read, if that
Hmm.
makes sense. So, I don't
You're
know.
not terminally online, you don't have the brain rot that you need to have, like, 3 things coming at you, text, audio, visuals,
No, girl.
all the stimuli.
You know me, I I don't even know what they would call it, but, like, I'm not a technophobe, I'm on social media, but, like, I very rarely use TikTok except to watch videos that people send me.
The types of videos that I can't stand are the ones where, like, they're playing a game on half of the screen and then, like, trying to talk to me on the other half about something that isn't related to the game that they're playing whatsoever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, or the ones where they're like, "Oh, you can put this on 2 times speed to hear me talk faster." And I'm like, "I don't need to hear you talk faster. I just
Yeah.
talk at a normal pace.
Yeah.
Use emphasis and emotion." I can't deal with it. I can't do it. It's not for me. So
So, pivoting a little bit, sorry not to cut you off, I agree with you, the
that's fine.
Subway Surfer videos I can't handle.
Mhm.
I can't handle them. I can't. But to pivot a little bit, do you know, like, does Michael and Waterparks, do they have, like, a good, like, relationship? Have they worked together before in the past, or is this was this a surprise?
I think this was a surprise. I'm pretty sure Michael and Austin are, like, industry friends, and I think Michael had asked Austin to help him with this song, and they did, and then this song was kind of like a representation of their relationship a little bit.
Okay, interesting. Because
Mhm.
like, Waterparks is a band, yes?
Yes, yeah.
So, it was only the lead singer from Waterparks, Waston.
Well, no, I saw Jeff in the video as well, who is from Waterparks. I don't recall seeing Otto, but it's possible that he was there. Otto was the drummer of Waterparks.
Okay, okay.
Mhm.
So, it was like an actual collab kind of situation, it wasn't just like, "I need your vocals to jump on this," kind of a thing.
Yeah, no, I think Austin helped write as well. Like,
Okay,
write and helped, like, do music video stuff. Like, I think they're very much involved. Austin is a very artistic individual. He's kinda got a lot going on in terms of projects that he's put himself into. Waterparks is just, like, one section of that. He has, like, a fashion label, he's coming out with, like, a signature fragrance. He wrote a book,
okay, Rihanna.
and yeah, no, very multifaceted. I love Waterparks so much. I forget the first actually, no, I remember the first song I ever heard of Waterparks. It was Turbulent, and literally the first line piqued my interest. "You had your Pete Wentz and Patrick combined." And I was like, "Pardon?" And
Oh,
yeah, Austin's writing style is very petty. He has a very interesting way of saying things, and I really relate to some of them. He has a great ability to make, like, a really petty "fuck you" song, but also a song that's like, "Oh my god, I'm so in love with you, everything you do is magic." Like, he has this amazing way of saying things that haven't been said in that way before,
okay,
lyrically.
okay.
Yes.
Bit of a poet.
And he adds a lot of, like, ear candy sounds into the songs, like, the songs are very layered, which I appreciate.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, okay, I gotta stop.
No, I feel you. The I agree with you because this is the only song that I've heard of that he's been involved in, so forgive me for being
Mm,
uneducated. But I did notice, I think it might have been the bridge. Might have been the bridge, or maybe it's the second verse where Austin has like he's doing a little solo moment, kind of. Like the music's still going and everything in the background, but he's the only one singing,
mhm.
and they've kind of added like a hi-fi effect to his voice. He sounded so much like Owl City. I was like, "Okay, interesting."
Okay,
Like a
yeah,
high,
I
bright voice.
yeah, that's an interesting comparison, actually.
Is it would you say that that's present in Waterpark's, like, solo music?
No.
Okay.
I think this was maybe, like, kind of a one case basis. Um, Waterparks is a really cool band because he's able to kind of do a lot of things vocally while not necessarily sounding, like, vocally trained. That sounds like a dig, it's not. But you know how Sleep Token is very like,
Yeah.
Austin isn't like that, but he does things with his vocals that are very catchy, very earwormy, very cool, very experimental,
Okay.
which I really appreciate.
I can see that.
So, I'm excited to get you into water parks.
Well, you'll have to hit us. I believe we have, like, a little exciting mini announcement to make about some access we recently got.
Oh, yes, of course. June at the end of June is All Your Friends Fest again, which is very exciting, and you were right, the last year was in August, but this year, it is in June, June 28th and June 29th, and PremoDonnas will be there for media.
Yay!
Woohoo!
So
So we've got some more
exciting.
interviews coming up, very excited. I don't know with who yet, so I can't give any, spoilers or anything like that because I don't even have the information yet. So,
No spoilers
that's
yet,
exciting.
but it is
No
happening.
spoilers yet. Definitely
Very
happening. I
exciting.
don't think I will get Avril because I know Avril doesn't do press, and I don't even know if I requested to talk to her because I was like, "There's no fucking way she's gonna, like, talk to me." It would also be fucking insane to sit across from Avril and talk to her.
Yeah,
Be like, "Hi, you raised me.
that would be insane.
I'm I am the way that I am because of you. Hello. You've never met me before."
Meanwhile, I'm just, like, behind the camera, absolutely fangirling, trying to shut the fuck up so don't, like, interrupt the interview or whatever, but I'm just like, I would die. I would die.
I would die. I know, I know. We'll be very professional, of course, but I am very excited for that. I need to make an outfit. I need to come up with something to wear.
I'll wear this. I'll wear this. It'll be great.
Perfect.
Love
Mhm,
that for me.
perfect.
Oh my goodness. Also, I don't know if you've posted about it or what have you, but where did you wanna tell the people about your new piece of body art?
Oh, my back piece. Yeah, I was like, "What?" Yeah. As I'm sitting here, like, scratching my back. Yeah, my back piece is finished. I haven't done a photo of it yet. Well, I have a photo of it, but I wanna do, like, a photo of it, you know? I wanna
Yeah,
have, like, a little sexy moment, on the grid. It's not on the grid yet, so it hasn't happened.
maybe
But
if you post in time, I'll edit it into this video and throw it up on screen so people can see because it's really freaking cool.
it is really freaking cool. Getting the second skin off was a nightmare. I hate second skin.
Are you scarred?
A little bit, yeah. I compared it to that scene in Supernatural season I think it's season 1. Season 1 or season 2 where there's a shifter of Dean, and it shows him, like, down in the sewers, and he's, like, picking off his skin and, like, tearing it and stuff, and there's one scene where he's, like, got a big piece of back skin, and he's, like, pulling it off, tearing and shredding it. That's literally what it was like in the shower with me, with my giant piece of second skin, just, like, tearing it off while also trying not to scream. Felt like I was giving my back a wax, which it does
Oh,
not need,
no.
but it received anyway. But now it's done, my back piece is finished. There were some parts in the last hour where I saw God and thought to myself, "This could very well be the end." But then I was like, "No, no, you can't quit here because there are people who have back pieces who are weak and not cool enough to have them, so you have to get through this pain because you are better than them."
Girl, that's
And that's what got me
shading.
through was spite.
The
That was
spite.
spite. Spite got me through.
The
Spite got me through.
shading is
There's
so
just
painful, and it's full color too, so, like, yeah.
it's always full color, baby. It's full color. Yeah, there were some parts where it was, like, still painful, but not as painful as the side under the rib, and I was like, "Oh my god, this pain is like a relief. This is like a relief pain." There was one point where I, like, didn't almost fall asleep, but I was just exhausted that I was like, "Okay, I can close my eyes through this part," and then I felt the shader come out, and I was like, "No! Fuck!"
Yeah.
But I didn't cry, I didn't scream, I got through it, so here we are. We did it.
Congrats.
Now I just need to get all the other painful parts of my body tattooed, and then the rest of the tattoos will just be, like, smooth sailing. So
I feel like you have enough now that you could, like, create, like, a sleeve piece or something and just, like, fill in the empty space.
I do. I have many ideas. It's just I don't know what I want for my arms yet. I have my next idea. I have 2. This is so annoying, but I do. I hate people who are like, "I have tattoo ideas," because it's usually the people that tell you they have tattoo ideas never actually get them. Or it's like men that come up to you in the street and they're like, "Oh my god, I love your tattoos. Yeah, I was thinking about, like, getting this, like, phoenix on the one arm and then, like, ashes on the other, and then it's, like, the phoenix," and I'm like, "Bro, you're never gonna get this tattoo. You literally have no tattoos anywhere else on your body. I don't care. Please stop talking to me." But anyways, the ideas are, I wanna get a scorpion tattoo because my dad has a scorpion tattoo, and we always used to make fun of him when we were kids, by calling it a lobster, and he fucking hated it. He's
Okay.
a Scorpio, so that's why he has a scorpion tattoo. I am not a Scorpio, but everyone will think I'm a Scorpio.
You
And
sometimes give
then
Scorpio energy.
do I? I don't have any placements in Scorpio on my chart.
I just know
Yeah,
you well, I
okay.
guess.
I guess so. Yeah, and then my other one is I'm gonna get, like, heart chains on my womb,
On your
like, in
w
my on
what?
my womb, basically. Like,
Oh.
underneath my belly button that goes up.
Oh, on your crotch.
Not on my crotch, like, higher.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
underneath the belly button area and then up on the abs, so it's like this.
Oh, okay. So it's like the opposite of
'Cause
a tramp
it'll
stamp.
shape well, I wanna get a tramp stamp too. I wanna get a fucking '90s tribal tramp stamp.
Please don't.
I want one.
No, please don't.
Fuck you, what are you, my mom? I'm getting one.
I mean,
I'm
do
getting
whatever you
one.
wanna do, but, like,
I will.
I support you getting a tramp stamp, but just
Why? Why don't you like tramp stamps?
no, I
What's going
like
on?
tramp stamps. It's the problem is I think the, like, 2000s tribal is so tacky.
Mhm.
It's so tacky.
But I'm gonna, like, modernize it a little bit. Like, I'm gonna it's gonna be fucking cute. It's gonna be black and pink.
You're gonna
It's gonna
zhuzh it a
be
little?
adorable. I'm gonna zhuzh it. It's gonna be zhuzhed.
Okay, okay.
And I'm gonna wear fucking low-rise jeans, and it's gonna be the recession of 2008.
You got your
That's what's gonna
headphones in and
happen.
it's just like, "Making my way downtown, walking fast."
No, it's gonna be fucking rolling, 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 rolling. What? Just keep
I guess that works too. Oh my god. Dead. Alright, with that,
I think that's all I got. That's all I got for this episode. Do us a favor, friends. If you do like this episode, if you do like this podcast, if you wanna support us, please like, share, subscribe, do the whole thing, give us a rating. It really does help, unfortunately. We do need numbers to keep playing the game. So, we love what we do, and we wanna keep doing it. So, help us do that by pushing some buttons.
yeah, and, like, honestly, I mean, I can't speak for you, but one of my favorite pastimes is actually reading the comments that people leave, so, like, leave a comment. We actually
100%.
read them.
We actually read them, and we love responding to them.
Yes.
So,
So,
thank you so much for being here and being with us, and with that, we bid you adieu.
bye.
Bye.